If you applied for a job at McDonald's recently, you'd have a chat with a friendly AI chatbot named Olivia. Olivia collected the names, phone numbers, and email addresses of over 64 million people, and someone left the door to all of it wide open, protected by a password you could guess in 2 tries. The password was 123456. 90% of McDonald's 40,000 restaurants use a hiring platform called McHire. Screen applicants, collect their data, move them through. In June 2025, 2 security researchers sat down, opened the McHire website, and within 30 minutes had access to virtually every application McDonald's had ever received. No hacking tools or exploit code, just a login page and the worst password in the world. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how they got in, what they found, and why the system protecting your data was never secure in the first place. McDonald's hires roughly 2 million people a year. That's an industrial-scale recruitment operation, so they outsourced the first stage to an AI chatbot called Olivia, built by a company called Paradox.ai. Olivia collects your name, phone number, email, home address, and runs you through a personality test. She does this millions of times a year, across nearly every McDonald's franchise in the country. But applicants started showing up on Reddit, complaining that Olivia was stuck in loops, giving nonsensical answers, failing to process basic questions. The front door was broken. That's what caught the attention of 2 security researchers, Ian Carroll and Sam Curry. Carroll and Curry started where any attacker would. They went to mchire.com and applied for a job. They went through the whole process, gave Olivia fake information, took the personality test. Then they tried to trick the chatbot with prompt injection, feeding it hidden commands disguised as normal questions. It didn't work. Olivia was locked into her script, so they looked at the website itself. At the bottom of the McHire login page, there was a small link. Easy to miss. It said, Paradox team members. Carroll clicked it. A login box appeared. He typed admin for the username and admin for the password. Nothing. Then he typed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for both, and, to his disbelief, he was in. Carroll had just logged into the admin account of a test restaurant inside the McHire system. The employees listed were developers at Paradox.ai. This account was created in 2019 and then forgotten. Never decommissioned. For 6 years, it sat there connected to the live system, protected by an absurd password. But here's where the story turns. Carroll and Curry applied to a test job posting inside this account, and they could see their own application from the admin side, including a unique applicant ID number. Their ID, which was sequential, was above 64 million. Change the number in the URL. Pull up anyone's record. Name, email, phone number, home address, authentication tokens that could impersonate candidates on the platform. No rate limiting, audit alerts, or surveillance. 64 million records were at the mercy of basic arithmetic. Now here's where this stops being a story about McDonald's and becomes a story about you. If you've ever applied for a job at any McDonald's in the last several years, your name, your email, your phone number, and your home address were sitting in that database. More than 40,000 restaurants. 90% of them used McHire. And the only thing between your data and anyone who wanted it was a 6-digit password that's been the most common password in the world for 6 consecutive years. No financial data was exposed, but what was exposed is exactly what an attacker needs to build a phishing campaign that looks real. Your name tied to the exact job you applied for, at the exact location, on the exact date. And in the age of AI-generated voice calls and deep-fake video, that kind of data is ammunition. The breach wasn't an AI failure. Olivia worked exactly as designed, screening applicants, collecting data, and running personality tests. What failed was everything around it. A forgotten test account, a laughable password, no second factor or surveillance. Companies spend millions building an AI system, then plug it into a server that hasn't been audited since the year it was deployed. So what do you do if you've ever applied through McHire or any company using a chatbot you've never heard of? Start with the email you used on that application. If you're using the same password anywhere else, change it now. Not tomorrow, now. Turn on multi-factor authentication on every account that matters. And if you ever get an email that references a job you applied for months ago, especially one that asks you to click a link, don't. That email knows your name and where you applied because of breaches exactly like this one. On June 30th, 2025, Carroll and Curry reported the vulnerability. McDonald's changed the default credentials within 2 hours. Paradox said all issues were resolved by July 1st. The door is closed now, but it was open for 6 years, 64 million records, 6 years unguarded, one password. And the only reason anyone found out is because a chatbot couldn't answer a simple question.